How you doing? Lorenzo Leonard here with On the Street with Lorenzo Leonard. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much. So we just got word that someone in this house has met the icon, has met the success behind Rocky, Adrian Balboa. So let's go inside and see what they have to say about Adrian. Because we all know Rocky's nothing without Adrian. Let's check it out. You were watching Rocky today?
You can't not watch Rocky.
Which Rocky were you watching today?
The original Rocky, #1.
Awesome. What is what's your favorite part in Rocky 1?
I like the very beginning where he's jogging, right? He's trying to exercise to get ready to fight. He just got his manager, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing that first run up the steps.
Oh, and he's got the bellyache.
His side's hurting. He's in pain. He's in like the worst outfit known to man. And the grossest. I mean, where they found these gray sweats for him.
Do you know the origin of the gray sweatsuit?
It's just horrible. I wouldn't be able to put them on. My OCD would be freaking out.
Do you know, so that was his sweatsuit. And before they were shooting Rocky, his brother, he bought a new one and he forgot it, and his brother was supposed to send it to him, and it didn't work out, so he used that one instead.
Yeah,
but it worked out because Rocky can't have a new one.
But that was part of it, right? You see him and he's like, it's not just the struggle to survive or struggle to achieve. It was a struggle for everything.
Oh yeah, everything. Clothes, food,
image, his health, everything possible. He was having to achieve in that steps going up. And he still went up the steps. Even though he was in pain. He still went up.
Has to do it.
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite part. All the Yo Adrians.
Oh, you gotta love all this.
I don't care as much for that part, but I care about the struggle.
Absolutely, the struggle, yeah. Well, sir, Rod, thank you so much for letting me just jump into your house and ask you some questions. So wouldn't you know what, Mr. Rod has met the one and only Adrian Balboa, who some people say, and I agree, without Adrian, there is no Rocky. He can't do anything without Adrian.
No. You can't do it, Rocky, right? I mean, she was there to be the opposite.
Rocky too.
You can't do this.
Right.
And he said, I will do it, right?
Yeah.
And he actually went against it, even though that was the love of his life, right? Now, granted, Talia Shire.
Yes. So when did you first meet her?
So I was actually in a meeting at Nate Nell's in Beverly Hills.
Oh, yeah, okay.
With some folks that were wanting to work with me to produce a movie. And I was in the middle of getting the development ready for a movie called The Land of No Return. It's actually the last Penny Marshall project, right?
We love Penny Marshall.
And it's a Chris Hemsworth, Thor. He's the actual lead. I mean, all kinds of really, really big stars. And I was sitting there on the bench, which if anybody knows Nate Nell's, there's a huge bench on the back side of the restaurant, and it allows you to have bigger groups. And I had about maybe 10 people, it was their production staff and all their entourage, right? That works in Hollywood. And they're all meeting with me, and they're kind of new to the business, so I was kind of taking them through the development of their projects and how to get into the business and so on. And there was a young lady sitting literally next to me on the bench, about 4 feet over, and the guys who I was talking to, they kept on pointing over, and I kept like, what are they doing? I'm like, I don't like people pointing. It's Beverly Hills, we don't point.
It's against the law.
We don't pinpoint, we don't show people like, hey, that's that person. We don't do that.
Yeah, we don't.
Especially Nate Nell's. And I'm like, what? And all of a sudden, this young lady turns to me and says, hey, when are we going to do a project again? It's been so great to see you again. And I kept thinking, you really look familiar. And then I just realized in that split second, that's Talia Shire.
Oh, my Lord.
And I get this all the time, where I'm mistaken for somebody else who is actually really famous.
Oh.
They think I'm Sean Penn. They think I'm Aidan Quinn.
So did she think you were somebody different? Who did she think you were?
I don't ask, because I didn't want to embarrass her.
Right.
I didn't want to I'm not really the person you think I am, right?
So what year was this?
This was probably 2009.
Oh, okay. So you went, sure, let's do a movie together.
And so I said, hey, yeah, that sounds great. Perhaps, one of my other productions, I'll get you on our set. and/or we'll work with you on yours, whatever, right? Because she's always working.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
People always think of two things when it comes to Talia Shire. One, The Godfather.
Yes,
right?
of course.
And two, the Rocky movies.
Of course.
Right? Now, they don't realize, most people that are not in the business, that she's the sister of Francis Ford Coppola.
She is, yes. And she now has a famous son.
Right, yeah. And I mean, the whole family is famous. Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, they're all...
she's surrounded by a wealth of...
It's nice to have family in the business.
Yeah, very great family.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was really, and it was really amazing. The people that I'm discussing, getting into the business, they see Talia Shire talking to me as if, I'm this famous person and I'm talking with, Adrian Balboa. Right?
Exactly, yeah. Because I'm sure they don't call it Talia.
They're freaking out. They're like, oh my God.
He really is good.
He's really famous.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to shock him yet. Right? I waited till she left, and then I said, she just thought I was somebody else. All the time. Kevin Spacey did, Fred Savage, everybody does it all the time. That's how I met Larry King. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I need one of those faces. Let's see,
Yeah. I'm apparently a chameleon because I look like everybody else, but they don't look like each other. So it was really great. She was a really nice young lady.
Did you have to tell her who you... So you didn't tell her?
No, I didn't want to embarrass her.
Oh, okay, that's right, yeah.
That's it's not called for it.
Yeah.
And, if, it was a nice, polite conversation, there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not, no.
As long as you're not trying to scam people out of money,
yes,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
The whole conversation was more of, just a nice conversation. We talked a little bit about Rocky.
Okay. Now, what is she? You have to talk about Rocky when you're talking to her, right?
Yeah. So I literally mentioned. I said, it's probably funny for you that most people know you from the Rocky movies, but they don't realize you were in The Godfather.
Wait, people don't know she's in The Godfather?
No, there's people that
really,
because it's such a drastic, and that's what I said.
It is.
About.
Yeah.
I said, and because of the drastic character shift, where you were this spoiled, Italian girl, which I've known, right? That was.
We've all known a couple,
which is again ironic because I said I was engaged to this a spoiled rich Italian girl in Michigan, which Francis Ford Coppola is from Michigan.
Wow.
Right. So it was all these things that I tied into the conversation. And she goes, most people, they either know me from The Godfather or they know me from the Rocky movies. And a lot of people from The Godfather movies, they don't like me for this reason or that, but they don't like me from the Rocky movies as if it was really me, because she kept on saying no to Rocky, right?
She didn't want to do Rocky.
She wasn't really fond of the idea.
Really?
She had to be convinced to do that original Rocky movie.
Oh, okay.
She really did. Because remember, she's from The Godfather, she's from Francis Ford Coppola, right? I mean, all these different things that she had this massive acting career, right?
Now, I saw a video of Sly saying that he was trying to get someone to play Adrian, couldn't find anyone, and late at night, the Godfather actress walks in and auditions.
Yeah. So
she even auditioned, which I was impressed.
Yeah, so she had read the script, and she even had her brother read the script, and her brother, Francis Ford Coppola, said, this is a really good script.
Yeah.
It's this, person that, doesn't have a name, but this is a really good script. And that was more important to him than, you have to be with a person, right?
Right.
And she also did like it because it was such a drastic change from the Godfather character.
Yes.
As well as she had to play this, mousy, very, very humble, very shy person, and that she's not.
Really? I always thought she was really shy.
She's not. She's actually, when she spoke to me, she was very, she was very overt. She really spoke well. She was not like, Minnie Mouse.
Like how Rocky,
She was not as that character. She was very, very clear in her thought. She didn't have any problems with speaking to me at all. And I was very, a stranger. right?
Yeah.
Now, more stranger than she knew. but in that she definitely was not that character. And so that was a really, again, speaking to her acting.
And what a difference than Godfather,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and look at, it carried her, her whole life almost. She had this great job in this great film franchise.
Right, and she could have done just those two franchises.
Oh, yeah.
And been done, and that could have been it. She could have walked away, on top of everything in the entire world, right? Even in the last Rocky movie, where she's supposed to have passed away, right?
Yeah.
She's still present.
Oh my God, I would say even more present.
Right? Now people are looking back going, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Because of her character that she made. Right? Now, obviously, Sylvester Stallone pulls off, yet again, perfection.
Yeah, I like Balboa is one of my favorites.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Rocky, when he's talking to his son in one of the last...
well, speak of the devil, it's right here on this shirt.
Right.
Yeah, it's that particular one. Yeah,
right. That's exactly it.
Yeah, it's
that is what I tell my own sons.
Yeah, 100%.
All the time, like don't give me that crap. All right, one, you're not privileged. You're not entitled to anything. Get your butt up. Keep taking the hits, but hit back. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get your butt up. And that is why it's so important of those movies, right? People, they used to say, oh, sequels are horrible, right?
Yeah.
There was a time when sequels were just the worst thing in the business. That franchise made sequels possible to be actually good. They actually got better each time.
I couldn't agree more that I like what Sylvester Stallone says, that why can't a movie franchise be like a TV series, that it continues on, you see him grow. And it's true, they all got better, and Balboa is my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it was a very unique conversation, and unfortunately for me, it happens a lot.
Wow.
Because apparently I'm a chameleon.
Wow, so we've learned that Adrian is not shy. Yeah. She's a typical Italian strong woman.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and if you don't know she's in The Godfather, I can't even talk to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's almost un-American. Yeah.
Yes, and if we meet her, can we go up to her, you think?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, she was definitely approachable. And the funny thing is that she approached me.
Yes.
So
if you want to meet people, just go behind Rod, and maybe you'll be, who knows?
There's a reason why when we were when we lived by the Grove, that we would be walking with the stroller pushing the baby, and TMZ would be following us all the time. Because they thought I was somebody else, until I finally had to turn around and say, I'm not who you think I am. And somebody else.
Who did they think you were when TMZ was following you?
I got Hugh Jackman, Aidan Quinn, Sean Penn,
Clint
Eastwood.
All those are pretty hot-looking guys, so obviously you're doing something right.
I'm just thinking everybody needs to go see the eye doctor a little bit. Because I look really good from 1,000 yards out. Yeah.
Oh, well, look at this. Look at this.
No.
Come on. Hey, The Bachelor, huh? Yeah, you need a new contestant? No. He's very happily married.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Not to mention, she's a lawyer. Not gonna happen.
Yes, she can do a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, she knows the law really well.
Yeah.
Well, Rod, thank you so much for all the Rocky data. We appreciate it. You met Adrian. She's on my list of people to meet. And, how many people do you think go up to her and say, can you give me a Yo Adrian? Or Rocky?
Yeah, I think that probably would get old. But you definitely could talk to her.
Awesome.
I truly believe that.
No, wait, does Rod have a Rocky impression?
No.
But
no,
you met...
You're not. I would not vein to actually try that at all. I don't do impressions.
Well, thank you for the story of meeting Adrian, though. That's awesome. I have her autograph. I had to buy it. I didn't meet her. But that's awesome. Thank you so much. And Talia, you're awesome. We all love you. Thanks, Rod.
You bet.